Hello and welcome to yet another jam-packed episode of Your Voice. I'm your host, Juhi Desai. In today's segment, we'll take you through the highlights of a celebration of India's independence at the Indian Consulate in New York City, an interview with the organizers of the Shraddha fundraiser, and Indian Consul General Prabhu Dayal ringing the NASDAQ bell in honor of India's independence. The Indian Consulate in New York City celebrated India's 64th year of independence. In attendance were a number of dignitaries and significant figures from the South Asian community. Let's join them.
मेरी तरफ से सारे भारतवासियों को Indians at home in India and abroad, all around the world, 1.7 billion of them, मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो. Happy Independence Day to all of you.
I wish you all a very happy Independence Day of India. We all are gathering here today to celebrate 65th Independence Day of India, and I'm so happy to see that the whole community comes together and celebrate this beautiful day together.
We urge each and every one in the tri-state area, all the children especially, bring your dads, your moms, your sisters, your brothers, and be there, be very proud Indian on this Independence Day and join the largest India Day parade in the world outside of India.
Appeal I would like to make today is that today is our happy Independence Day. We are celebrating right now in India House. Now our appeal to our entire Indian community throughout United States that the biggest parade outside India is taking place on August 21st, Sunday on Madison Avenue, New York City. So it is going to be a very, very exciting parade. Please come and join us and let us display our solidarity on those days.
NASDAQ, as always, has invited FIA again to ring the opening bell at the NASDAQ, honoring all the Indian companies which are on NASDAQ. So I think it's a really proud moment. We're trying to break all records. Last year's turnout was 150,000 plus, and we want to reach 250,000 this year, 250,000 at least. So we need your support, and we're working hard. Please come and join us.
A very, very happy Independence Day. This day, 64 years ago, we got independence from the British. And in those 64 years, we have gone from step to step up the ladder of progress. And for that, I think the Indian entrepreneurs and the Indian technocrats are responsible for this rise of India.
To begin the day's event, we start with the national anthem of India and the United States. Your attention, please.
Dear friends, I feel extremely privileged and honored to welcome all of you this evening to our consulate to celebrate our Independence Day. Very, very rarely there is a time which we see when this hall bursts at its seams, when there are so many people here that, in fact, one wishes that we had a much bigger space. This shows the great love and affection which all of you have for everything to do with India. Many of you have become American citizens, but you still hold India in your hearts. As I have said time and again, you can take an Indian out of India, you can't take India out of an Indian. My congratulations to all of you on this extremely auspicious day, which is the celebration of our Independence Day's anniversary. Well, friends, I would like to read out to you this address of the President of India, Her Excellency Mrs. Pratibha Patil, which she delivered on the eve of Independence Day, and I will be reading it out to you. Dear citizens, as I speak to you on the eve of our 65th Independence Day, I extend my warmest greetings to all of you living in India and overseas, to the members of our armed forces and paramilitary forces who guard our frontiers, and our internal security forces, I extend special greetings. This significant day in our nation's calendar takes us back to the events that made our country a free nation. It is to Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, to all the other leaders of our freedom movement, and to the millions of people of our country who fought with bravery and courage, that we pay homage. Our independence was won on the principles of truth and nonviolence. It is this, as well as the transformational impact it had on other parts of the world, that makes our freedom struggle exceptional. India is the world's largest democracy. The country has performed well economically, with a growth rate of 8.6% last year. Dear citizens, I recall the words of Swami Vivekananda. This national ship of ours, my countrymen, has been plying for ages, carrying civilization and enriching the whole world with its inestimable treasures. Dear citizens, the challenge for us is how effectively we can carry forward the nation from now onwards. Let history be the judge that during our time, we found the right answers to the challenges we faced and acquitted ourselves with dignity and continued to work with unity to build the India of our dreams. Dawn will break tomorrow and our flag will flutter. Whatever task you are doing in the interest of the country is important. And I call on all citizens to pledge that they will work with full commitment and dedication, honesty and integrity, and with a sense of pride. If we do this, there is much that we will be able to achieve as a nation. With these words, I wish all citizens the very best on the occasion of Independence Day. Jai Hind.
I was, of course, naturally delighted, also humbled, and very proud to hear Ambassador Nambiar, who's been a mentor for all of us, a senior also at the permanent mission, and now the chef de cabinet of the UN Secretary General, referring to India and our role in the United Nations, particularly in the Security Council, of which, as you know, now that we hold the presidency for the month of August. As a member of the team that holds the mantle of representation, I'm obviously particularly honored and delighted, and thank you, sir, for making these references. Friends, thank you. As I walked in here, many of you congratulated us for what we have been doing at the Security Council, what has been the positions that we've been taking, and our very constructive engagement with the global community, the international community. Many of you from the media mentioned that even today, our ambassador was on the air reading out the presidential statement of the Security Council on events in Somalia. I want to thank you all for your dedication, your support, your goodwill, and all the good wishes which have allowed us to reach the stage where we are. Election victory to the Security Council with the highest number of votes polled last year in October, and performances now which we believe will certainly lead to India doing even better on the global stage and reaching its rightful place. Thank you very much, Mr. Consul General. Also, a happy Independence Day to everyone. Thank you.
It's a privilege to be here this evening on this very joyous occasion. As I look around this room, the heart swells with joy and pride. The Indian American definitely has arrived. We are prominent in every walk of life. Look at any boardroom and you're sure to find an Indian American there. And now, as was just previously mentioned, more of us are entering into the political world so that policy making, we are a part, an integral part of this policy making. As we look at the successes that we have had, all of us, each and every one of us collectively, it is a moment for us to pause, to reflect. It is our education, it is our work ethic, it is the rich culture, the rich heritage with which we came to this land that has brought us to where we are today. And for that, each and every one of us will always be indebted forever to Mother India for what she has given us, not just today, forever, for us, for the second generation and generations to come of Indian Americans. Proud to be an Indian, proud to be an American, proud to be an Indian American. And that is all we are. And I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Every year, this is a very special occasion because when I look at the our flag, Indian flag, you have the saffron, white, and green, standing right to red, white, and blue, and tells me how much opportunity I have received from Mother India that I'm able to do well in the United States. So I just want to thank you. Also, when you are celebrating Independence Day, we need to think about what brought us here, our strength, whether we are in the professions, whether it is in the business sector, you have done extremely well as a community. One area we have not learned and we have a lot of growing pains is working together. There is so much strength in unity that sometimes we overlook that. So we look for the differences rather than the commonalities. Let's declare our independence to looking away from the differences, looking for the commonality. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind. God bless.
Good evening, Consul General Dayal and distinguished guests. It is a great honor to be here this evening to celebrate the 64th anniversary of India's independence. Over the past 3 years, the New Hampshire Cultural Diversity Awareness Council has had the pleasure, honor, and privilege of working closely with the Consulate General of India in New York to promote an appreciation of India and the contributions that its people give and bring to America.
A fitting celebration for our motherland abroad. We're now going to take our first break, and when we're back, we'll tune into an interview with the co-founders from Shraddha. Stay tuned.